Viewer discretion is advised.
This foe is beyond you. Fly, you fool.
Okay.
Go back to the shadows of Walwanaqua. You shall not.
I remember how scared I was when Ezekiel was the first contestant voted off in both seasons where he competed, and he never officially left the Total Drama Jumbo Jet after his drop of shame because his new evil plan was to stow away again until the finale. That way, Ezekiel can score a dishonest win by stealing the prize money away from the winner at the last minute. But that plan backfired because then all the money got burned into the volcano while Ezekiel and Alejandro still somehow survived. After turning into a green monster halfway through Total Drama World Tour, Ezekiel stuck around with the new mutant wildlife of Camp Walwanaqua in Total Drama Revenge of the Island and Total Drama All-Stars, serving as a major obstacle for the challenges in a few of the episodes. Before the island with Camp Walwanaqua sank due to Chef Hatchet drilling 3 moats with his fracking machine, the mutant wildlife and feral Ezekiel began a new life together, playing in the fun zone from Boney Island. So I didn't know it at the time, but 2 years after Total Drama All-Stars, I realized how lucky we were to begin another new season with a third cast on an entirely different island, because that's how the Total Drama Island series eventually managed to escape the horrors of feral zombie-like Ezekiel and the mutant wildlife from the toxic waste that got Chris sent to jail for a year between Total Drama Revenge of the Island and Total Drama All-Stars. Sure, the robotic animals were scary, but still somewhat less scary than the mutant animals from the previous 2 seasons. Sure, it was very weird that Chris and Chef got to locate their show to a new artificial island, the Bakatu Island, and it is also nearly as weird that they eventually found a new island identical to their original island with a new identical summer camp that is not named Camp Walwanaqua in the new show. But to many of us Total Drama viewers, it is still a minor relief that newer seasons eventually escaped the more dangerous and scarier than usual horrors of the new radioactive Walwanaqua in Total Drama Revenge of the Island and Total Drama All-Stars. I was happy when Total Drama Pakatu Island and the new spinoff with a different host, the Redonkulous Race, quietly phased out zombie Ezekiel. However, it also appeared that a new Ezekiel-type loser would emerge in the form of Leonard. Both of them are socially awkward nerds who are very bad team players and do not know anything about reality shows because they can also not tell apart fantasy games from reality games, teehee. But Leonard, for the most part, is very okay, because in the Redonkulous Race, I started to like him and Tammy a bit more than I initially did in Bakatu Island, because I was somewhat proud of Leonard for being a graceful loser who doesn't try to steal the $1 million from the winning team at the last minute at the end of the Redonkulous Race, the way Ezekiel did to ruin Total Drama World Tour for everybody. Yeah, Jeff, Noah, Owen, and Bridget, who Jeff mentions surfing around Australia in the first episode, are doing fairly well in new shows and other avenues of entertainment without Camp Walwanaqua in the Redonkulous Race. However, the whole time when I was watching the Redonkulous Race, the notion of feral green monster Ezekiel haunted me like an enemy from my past. I liked seeing Leonard, Jeff, Noah, and Owen get a new start competing in a different show as much as the next Redonkulous Race fan. Yet, I couldn't help but shake the feeling that Ezekiel might still be a feral green monster who is also the only person from the original Total Drama Island cast that was technically never an option for a possible applicant in the Redonkulous race.
Goodbye, buddy. I'll win for you.
Whatever. Just beware of eels.
I'm a little happy that we never saw Ezekiel again after Total Drama All-Stars, but I am still worried about Ezekiel, and I hope his parents are still looking for him out there. If Ezekiel's parents ever find him, which I hope they eventually do because they had plenty of time to do it before the reboot cast came in, I truly hope they find a way to turn Ezekiel back into his normal human self before the Total Drama World Tour, because they have a lot of re-homeschooling to do to teach Ezekiel how to walk, talk, and eat normal human foods again.
And the winner of this season of Total Drama Island and the $1 million prize is...
Ezekiel.
I really like this fan animation from Dude Guy Random Thing 5843 because, one, it is the opposite of Ezekiel's ending from Total Drama World Tour, where everyone is happy to see him win, even though he mysteriously replaced Priya instead of being scared of him stealing the money from Heather or Chris when Alejandro isn't there to claim the prize winnings. And two, because we always wanted to see Ezekiel get another chance as a human, and I really think he should team up for revenge with Leonard in a possible future season of the Redonkulous race. For fan animation, this is surprisingly good, which is also helped by the fact that they found a natural way to reuse dialogue of Ezekiel from Total Drama World Tour.
Yo, Chris, you forgot to introduce me. And Ezekiel. Ooh, yes! Ezekiel. Ooh, no way! I'm in it to win it! Word! I'm in it to win it! Word!
If Ezekiel ever found himself with Leonard, the end of Morbius inspired me to improvise this silly conversation they could have.
I'm not sure how I got here, eh? I think it has to do with the Redonkulous race. I'm still figuring out this new show, but I think a couple of underestimated rejects like us should team up to do something right and prove everyone else wrong, eh? Intriguing!